My name's Molly May Shelton. I'm one of the co-founders of Assemble, and it's just been a complete honour to organise today with Southport Community Independents and to have been working with them for the last 12 months. So thanks for having us. It's such a pleasure to be here on what I truly believe will go down as a historic day for the Northwest, for the North, as a blueprint for our country, people coming together to get things done. So Assemble is a grassroots organising network which funds, supports communities from Cornwall to Glasgow, Belfast to Southport to hold assemblies. And an assembly is an open meet-up in your area organised by your community where neighbours come together, share food, talk through the issues they face and come up with solutions together. Everybody is welcome, everybody's voice is equally heard, everybody's valued, speaks for the same amount of time. And what's the output of these? Well, each series of local assemblies puts all of the issues and the wonderful solutions that arise into a community charter, a list of 5 things that you and your community want to see change, which everyone has pitched into. Communities are taking these charters to their local authorities, to their local councils and to the national government. And if and when these charters' demands aren't met, communities are taking to take action through boycotts, strikes, occupations, whatever they choose to leverage their demands. Communities are also using these charters as the basis of manifestos for local parties to emerge from these assemblies, and are continuing to set up local organisations to meet the needs of local people that are identified at those assemblies. And of course, for a start, coming together to have fun and to connect with each other is never a bad thing. These local community charters from all over the country are also feeding up into a new National Assembly, the House of the People. This is the national home for all of our voices, which we're organising to replace the House of Lords. This summer, people selected at random, like a jury, will come, listen to the evidence, review the local community charters from across the country, and will draw up the People's Charter, which we will take to the UK government hand in hand with trade unions, community organisations and activists. And in autumn this year, we'll take that People's Charter to Westminster and demand that the House of the People be permanently instated to replace the House of Lords. We'll bring our community charters from every corner of the country and remind them that the North is here. We exist, we're strong, we're not going anywhere. We have a demand, a better way of running this country, and we're not waiting for it to be handed down to us. We're cracking on with it, building it from the ground up. So assemblies are all about coming together, getting to know your neighbours, build trust, and from there you can take collective action and build power. It's not funny. Well, it is funny how they're running this country. So closer to home, I personally got involved with supporting the community in Southport last spring when I came over from Manchester to hold an assembly right here in this very room. There were about 25 people here, passionate about Southport, who knew how much things have to change, how much change is needed, and how this government has always failed them. And to get people here, locals knocked on doors, phoned up friends, bought the biscuits, and brought the community together to do what we do best, have a cuppa and a chat. But this wasn't just a talking shop. Assemble was running these assemblies because that snap general election had just been called, and we all know no meaningful change was going to come from Westminster, and just having our say on election day by putting a tick in a box isn't a meaningful version of democracy. We don't stand for that around here. We don't just deserve better, we can do better ourselves. And working people, he's going to run for Parliament in a minute. Working people, particularly in the North, don't get a word in or have many spaces to have their voices leveraged on a national level. Like, how many of you here feel that Westminster has forgotten places like Southport? Just stick your hand up. Yeah, but the power is in our numbers. You know, we're much more powerful than an elite few in the south of England. And who is here to build power for Southport? Just yeah. So Assemble ran over 30 assemblies around the country. They were meetups in the heart of the community where assembly attendees were encouraged to run in general elections. Assemble endorsed 28 candidates. All of them are sitting on this panel, not all of them. And our candidates wrote and scrutinised their manifestos through the assemblies. So I'm sure when we all think of a leader, we'd agree it should be someone, as Andrew says, who stands for and with their community. And that shouldn't be a radical idea, but unfortunately it is. So Assemble supported Sean to run a series of local assemblies here in Southport, and Sean's team have been organising for years, but the assemblies only strengthen what they've already paved, a way to build more trust, engage the community and build our networks. And it was never just about winning the vote. It's never just about election day, it's about so much more, building a movement that could grow and sustain it has. You know, we're here at the launch of Southport Community Independents that arose through a local process, and it's a local party that will step up for the people of Southport using the assemblies as the decider of the party's policies. And Southport Community Independents will be registering more and more members to stand for election, encouraging candidates to emerge from the assemblies themselves. This is a leader-full leadership, not the usual suspects. So just look around you. Literally look around you. Look someone in the eyes here. It's from this room a year ago, there were 25 of us and 250 tickets sold today for the launch of a party for the community, by the community. So can we just get a massive round of applause for Southport Community Independents? This is the future. Southport is leading the way, building strong local networks where people can connect with each other, respect each other, launch community organisations and parties, win elections, fundraise to meet our local needs when we know that our government is sacrificing us for profit, and we're going to connect all of this to a national movement to build something better for all of us. Through history, regular people have had to fight hard for their democratic freedoms. Politics needs an update. And the time is now, it starts with us. So what's next? Southport Community Independents will be holding their first reconvened assembly since last year on the 22nd of March. I'm going to say this wrong, Millscop Road. Millscop Road, 11 a.m. till 1:30. So yeah, the 22nd of March, write that down, bring a friend. And please do stay until after the speakers, because we're going to be having a taster assembly where you'll get to experience what this local mechanism for your new local party will be, hear about how we can encourage people to join the project, get the team growing, and we're really depending on every single person in the room here today. This is a collective effort, which will only happen if we all come back next time. So thank you so much for being here.